Hi, welcome back to Exotic Beverage Reviews. Welcome to episode 2. Who'd have thought we'd get this far? Today's victim is Yerbi Energy Drink by Bickford's, Australia. It's called Yerbi, which is obviously a play on words on its key ingredient, which is yerba mate. The can claims that Yerbi is here to give you a healthy lift, mate. It claims to be a natural power-up and energy without the crash, which seems to be a bit of a recurring theme in energy drinks these days. The can's nice enough. It's pale blue, it has a graphic of a hand with a finger pointing towards the title of the drink. It's nothing too exciting. It's definitely not going down the path of heavy metal graphic design, which I think is a trend that a lot of energy drinks are moving towards, so that's kind of refreshing. I do question the use of yellow for the energy without the crash bubble on the back of the can. It's very difficult to read and it kind of scintillates when you look at it. Maybe it's not the best choice, but overall the can design looks nice. Not sure that it would really stand out on a shelf full of other options, but it's fine. The headlining ingredient in Yerbi is yerba mate extract, which is a caffeine-rich tea from South America. Yerba mate translates roughly to herb container, which refers to the traditional way of serving the herbal tea inside a hollowed-out gourd. In the human body, yerba mate has shown evidence of possibly helping with reducing the effects of certain allergies. It may help to reduce the risk of diabetes, and it may act as an appetite suppressant and assist with weight loss. It also increases mental alertness, and while it's a stimulant and it contains caffeine, it apparently can help you to sleep more deeply. There is some inconclusive data that suggests that consumption of mate teas may increase the risk of esophageal cancer, which is a bit concerning, but the research is inconclusive and it's identified a correlation, not a confirmed link. Other ingredients in Yerbi are things like honey, which is effectively the vomit from bees, maltodextrin, which is a texture enhancer extracted from vegetable starch, and Guarana extract, which is an extract from a kind of bean grown in Portugal and in South America that's very high in caffeine. We'll look at Guarana extract in more detail in ingredient investigations later on in the video after I've put this in my mouth. Alright, Yerbi time. Let's give it a sniff. Kind of has no smell. It's got a hint of maybe that kind of brewiness that you might get on a beer or something that's been fermented, but it's not fermented. Interesting. Okay, it's that sort of generic beige colour that you might see in most energy drinks. It's a little bit cloudy, just a hint cloudy. Oh, bottoms up. I can taste the honey. It is sweetened by honey. It doesn't have sugar in it per se. It's got honey as a sweetener. I can definitely taste the honey. Wow, it's really quite mild. I can taste elements of tea. So it is based on a tea product. So it does have a hint of the bitterness of tea. I can definitely taste the honey. It's not at all unpleasant. I don't know that I like it, but it's not unpleasant. It tastes very natural, as opposed to some energy drinks that taste extremely manufactured, so I'll give it that. It's certainly not my favourite energy drink out of all of the energy drinks that I've tried. It's okay. Would I go back for another 4-pack? I don't know that I would, but look, it ticks a lot of boxes for people who are concerned about the ingredients that go into energy drinks. The Yerba Mate extract is a very old and proven ingredient and method of obtaining caffeine to put into a beverage, so in that sense it's probably better than some. It doesn't taste awful, and it doesn't contain a bunch of sugar or artificial sweeteners, so bonus in that regard. Look, I can't give it a bad review, but the flavour is not something that really entices me to go back for another. It's not bad though, it's really not bad. Bonus points for not having any funky aftertaste due to artificial sweeteners or any of the ingredients. Vitamin B usually gives a really bad aftertaste. This doesn't have it, so bonus. It doesn't have any vitamin B in it, that's why. Yeah, okay. It's interesting. I will recommend that you give it a go. Let's leave it at that. Guarana is a bean, and it generally contains about 3 times as much caffeine as coffee beans, along with trace amounts of various other chemicals. Guarana is grown in the Amazon basin, primarily in Brazil, and it's used as an ingredient and flavouring in soft drinks and teas. It's processed into a yellowish beige powder, which is formed into sticks and then ground up to be added to beverages. As far as safety is concerned, I am going to read verbatim the most confusing paragraph of double negatives that I've ever seen on Wikipedia in my life. In the United States, guarana fruit powder and seed extract have not been determined for status as generally recognised as safe by the Food and Drug Administration, but rather are approved as a food additive for flavour, but not non-flavour uses. Whatever the heck that means. So they're safe as a flavouring, but they're not approved as food safe for their actual chemical properties. So despite that confusion, guarana is generally considered to be a safe food additive, but like pretty much everything that goes into these drinks, it's only safe in moderation, and consuming too much of the stuff is going to be bad for your health. But to be fair, the same can be said for virtually all ingredients of anything, ever. Guarana shows up in a lot of energy drinks. In Australia, V Energy Drink is probably the most popular drink to promote its use of guarana as a source of caffeine. So that is Yerbi, a yerba mate based energy drink made in Australia by Bickfords. Thank you for watching. Do the subscribe thing if you want to, the button's down there. Let me know if you found this interesting in the comments. That's what they're there for, that and complaining and swearing at people. I've been on YouTube for a while. And look, do stay tuned for next time when I crack open a can of something risky and put it in my mouth hole.